To Let Me Out Productions in the top brass dow. Hey. Alright, today we talking about explaining the press pass ecosystem. I can't wait to talk about this. In fact, let me open up this Twitter thread that I just did just a few minutes ago. There we go. To Let Me Out Productions in the top brass dow. Hey. Did it not? It did not play my whole jingle? I believe it started. Okay, fine. We'll do it again. Welcome to Let Me Out Productions in the top brass dow. Hey. Y'all see this? My Audio Technica, the Moist Critical mic. Although I've had this one forever. I think I've had this one since UC Santa Cruz. Like, this mic is real nice, but it's old. Oh no, I'm doing the Infinistream! Oh, sorry, Hopra. We'll get to Hopra in a little while. The first thing I want to do is go to that basketball, or the thread that I had just done. Okay. So, I just made a big old thing of coffee, and it turns out it's decaf, which is, it's fine. I didn't want to stay up late anyway. But I'm one of those people, if I don't know it's decaf, my brain just will treat it like it's an actual caffeinated coffee. So, placebo effect. Okay, today we're talking about the ecosystem of Let Me Out Press Pass. Last time we did a 5-hour stream. I do not want to go that long this time because I still need to download it and clip out the things that I want to package into social media. Today I'm going to try to clean it up around 2 hours at most. And the initial presentation is only not going to take that long. So the press pass ecosystem. Last stream I touched on the whole thing. The economic model is called the Scalable Intellectual Property Puzzle, and it's built on the Elmo structure for tokenomics, which is the underlying mathematical structure. I'm a producer of entertainment products. I've worked in television, film. I've directed my own films. I've assistant directed on large properties. I've line produced on large properties. I've organized intellectual properties of all scales. Organized schedules of all scales. Unfortunately, since really 2015, but it's really been tough since the pandemic, I've had this going on. I've had this going on my whole life. That is pretty raw looking right now. Anyway, so yeah, I've been cut from here to here. I've been cut from here to here. And I've basically born on crack in 1989. Whew. That's why I say, hey, only crack babies should be able to make crack baby jokes. Trafficked into the foster system at 6 months old. I did have a childhood that I wouldn't say I don't think it's like a traumatic childhood or anything like that. I got kicked out the day I turned 18 of my foster foundation home, and I spent the first 6-7 years of my career just building experience, getting involved in as many networks as I could. And then once I got the chance to cover the NBA as a photojournalist and producer, I started doing that. And I retired from that in 2021. So I got just a hair under 10 years of experience covering one of the largest entertainment products in the world and being a part of that soup. I don't know. It's as a photojournalist, I do feel like we have a pretty big impact on dressing up the quality of the game for consumers. So this is a shot that I took. And this was February 1st, 2020. Statue of LeBron. So last time we covered the whole thing. Blockchain is a decentralized peer-to-peer notary service that organizes information in blocks and records them in an encrypted chain. That record is maintained in the exact and precise way by all of the notaries in the network. So that's why it's encrypted, on top of just the information being encrypted in interesting ways. Even if you got through that information encryption, if you tried to hack the record and change any of the information, you'd have to hack all of the notaries at the exact same time and change the exact same information. It's just not likely. I won't say impossible, it's just not likely. Anyway, blockchain, decentralized notary service, records information in blocks, keeps them in an encrypted chain. Not an investment facility. Okay, it's a collaboration facility for authentic information. That's what it's for. Cryptocurrency is a value transfer protocol of the blockchain. So users of a blockchain, when they want to transfer value from one person to the next, they can use the blockchain to do that, and cryptocurrency is the protocol in which that value is transacted. It's not an investment facility. Okay, it's a technology. It has a hard cap, publicly known supply. Some of them don't have hard cap supplies, but basically the supply of the unit of account in the cryptocurrency is publicly known, which we can't do for the US dollar. We can't do that for most fiat currencies, state-printed fiat currencies. We don't know the hard math supply of the unit of the account. In every cryptocurrency, we know the hard math supply of the unit of account, even if it fluctuates or even if it's variable in some way. We know the supply at any given moment. So, when we install our value of labor into these cryptocurrencies, you take the supply of the unit of account and you divide it by the value of labor in the currency, which gives you the price of each unit of account. That's why it fluctuates from millisecond to millisecond, because the value being used by the protocol fluctuates. And you have the hard math supply divided by the value in use by the protocol. That produces the price of the unit of account. So you don't invest by buying units of account in a cryptocurrency, because there's zero protections. It's just not the way the technology works. You're buying those units of account to send them to somebody else to transfer that value. If you're putting your value into that cryptocurrency and expecting it to grow, that it's growing because the network use is getting wider. There's a lot more users transferring value using that protocol. And when people are putting their value into that protocol and then you enjoy a gain off of their value, you're actually taking away their value. So if you put in $5 into Ethereum, 100 million people put $5 into Ethereum, $500 million into Ethereum, then the price of Ethereum is going to go up. But if somebody who has $500 million worth of Ethereum sees the price go up and they take out $600 million of Ethereum, then everybody who put $5 in is left with $4. You see, so it's just not, you don't invest in that sort of system. It doesn't make sense. And the more influencers out there and all these people talking to you, the good people of the internet, about this technology being a facility for investment, the larger disservice they're doing to you. That brings us to non-fungible tokens. I hate the term too. Okay, I just call them digital titles because that's what they are. But the unit of account in a cryptocurrency is fungible, meaning it's the exact same as the next. So one Ethereum is exactly the same as the next Ethereum. They have the same value, the same purpose, etc. $1 of your money is exactly the same as the next dollar. So it's fungible. That unit of account is fungible. In a non-fungible token, you're able to attach a piece of information to a serial number that the blockchain records into one of those blocks and keeps in a permanent encrypted chain. Just like what we're looking at right here. This is a photo, 5K image of statue of LeBron that I took on March 1st, February 1st, 2020. And you can see I'm charging 10,000 Ethereum for the non-commercial collectible and there's terms for commercial use for the platform or customer that eventually buys this, and they might, because I'm pretty damn sure this is the very first authentically minted sports photograph on the blockchain. March 23rd, 2021, baby. Like, I'm pretty sure. No, actually, I might have minted Boogie before LeBron, because I just like Boogie a lot. But I'll check for y'all. I don't know if that was I think I minted a picture of Drake first. Okay, yeah, so there it goes. It's Drake, then LeBron, then Boogie. These are all photos I've taken in my photojournalist career. And, I need to list all these episodes of Lens Face. Okay, fine. Fine. Here's another composite that I made from 2 shots in my career. But that's the point, okay? So I have recorded information to the blockchain. I've titled this labor, this photograph, it was a composite of 2 different photographs, to the labor with this title number. This is the serial number. Oh, you can't see it. Crap. There we go. So that's the title number right there in the address bar. Starts with 88 and ends in 5361. So this is the only piece of information on the blockchain that has that specific serial number, which was created by this specific smart contract for digital collectibles. Which, damn you, OpenSea, open that back up for us, damn it. Anyway, that's the point. So, this is a non-fungible token. This here, I'll show you on the interface here. Okay, this here. Contract address that formed the collectible, token ID, this is it. That's the title number. So just like you buy a car, you prove your ownership with a title. So now when you buy a photograph from a high-ticket photographer like myself, you prove your ownership with a title. And if you were to try to go find a commercial relationship for the photo, I have terms where I'm included in the hard cut of whatever commercialization works out for that photo. And you do have to seek licensing from appropriate parties to commercialize the photo. So, there you go. That's why I got involved in blockchain, was to try to provide myself an additional income during really drastic circumstances for myself and my family. Don't worry, not all these shots are like crazy priced. Like this shot is another one of the very first shots on the blockchain. It's only 0.15 Ethereum. So you can, I'll put this in the chat here. And I don't love this, I don't love that chat window here. What about this one? Does this one work better? No. What is going on? Fine. You go back here. And we'll use this one. That is nuts. Okay. So yeah, this is another one of the very first sports photographs minted to the blockchain. Frustrated Boogie. Boogie, you ought to buy this, man. It's only $300. You're never going to watch the stream. Anyway, March 23rd, 2021. I was literally just trying to figure this stuff out. Trying to figure out how the titling mechanics worked and how this marketplace specifically worked, OpenSea. We're having a few issues with them right now. But anyway, let's get into the ecosystem for PressPass. So now you guys you're caught up on the technology. All of this is a terrible place for investment. Cryptocurrency just doesn't work like that. A blockchain is very simply a public notary service that records information for us to program with. It's permanent. You can't hack it or delete anything. It's impartial witness to legitimate information. And a non-fungible token is very just simply a digital title to a producer or artist's labor. That's what it is. So we can title our intellectual property using non-fungible tokens and then transact them using the public notary service, so everybody knows who's what and where and who's who in the networked collaboration. So that brings me to PressPass. Now, in my production career over the last 18 years, done a number of scalable properties, and I've had a number of friends. I've never been party to like a first look deal or anything, just because that sort of relationship never interested me. But I have a number of friends who did enjoy a first look deal in Hollywood and show business. I won't name and drop them, but y'all know who you are. And traditionally, it seemed like whatever idea that they brought them for the show or the film or whatever it was, the distributor would buy, or the production house, whichever one signed them into a first look deal, would buy they'd buy the intellectual property franchise from that creator. So when you create a intellectual property for storytelling purposes, you're creating a audience experience with a beginning, a middle, and an end. But that's not the only intellectual property you've just created. You've also created the wider world in which that intellectual property exists. So those are two different assets on the market, the franchise and the distributed asset. So we've been getting railroaded in showbiz for a long time at the franchise level. So the first look deal, they buy the franchise that you pitch them, not just the beginning, middle, and end, the film or the show, or the season of a show. They buy the franchise. They buy all potential storytelling related to the idea. Not only that, they sign you to a 2 or 3 year deal that, if you're lucky, might be triple figures, but a lot of folks are getting like $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year, which is, if you're broke, looks like good money. And that's your first 2 or 3 years being a showrunner, being just guiding intellectual property for a production house or distributor. And not only did they get your initial franchise, they have first rights on everything you produce during that contract. And you have to have outcome. Like, you have to have output, of course. So the next show, the next film, whatever it is that you have scheduled in the pipeline, they have first rights to that. Some of them already have options on it. You know what I mean? So it's just, to me, that relationship is akin to creative enslavement. Now, frankly, I think a lot of labor is enslaved these days. It's soft enslavement, so there's no whips and chains, but there are people buying labor as property, but it's not the laborers themselves. And that's ultimately what our ecosystem does in PressPass. So I'm the owner of the PressPass All Access franchise. That is a sports mockumentary superworld where all of the mockumentaries, films, shows, one-offs, are produced from an audience-collaborated lore. So Season 1 of PressPass, the beginning, middle, and end, the distributed asset, is the first audience collaboration on the lore. It's called the PressPass Season 1, out of the main series of PressPass. So we have a main series out of the franchise. It's just called PressPass. We do this in showbiz sometimes. And PressPass has 8 seasons in the story arc. So Season 1 of PressPass, we're focusing on the 8-season arc is all focused on the sports media circuit, covering the worst professional basketball team of all time. And this is a fictional superworld with mixed gender pro sports in every league, which I don't care if that makes you mad. We're making a comedy, and we're not, like, the context of mixed gender sports is not what's comedic. I've seen enough pro hoop to know that there are at least 20 WNBA players right now who would be effective on the court in the NBA. And I've seen these ladies bust these dudes' asses sometimes, man. Because they do pro-ams, they do runs all the time. And I think the gap is a lot smaller than people seem to realize. And I think the gap is more or less manufactured. You know? Yeah, sure, there might not ever be a woman that looks and plays like LeBron James. Okay? But, what's that one girl's name? Michaela Fulwiley or whatever? She could be a backup point guard right now in the NBA. Her handles are crazy. But, like, Diana Taurasi is a effective, smart basketball player. And if Andre Miller can have a 12-year career in the NBA, Diana Taurasi's faster, she jumps higher, she's more skilled with the ball, she passes better. Why the hell wouldn't she thrive in the same sort of George Karl, Denver Nuggets offense that Andre Miller thrived in? So, it's neither one of them played. Neither one of them going to defend Allen Iverson. Okay, so I think these teams need to take that seriously and actually give it some thought and give it a shot, because it could mean a lot for team chemistry. It really could. But anyway, mixed gender pro basketball league, season 1 of Press Pass. We're focused on the lore generation for the Basketball Syndicate of America, aka the BSofA. And season 1 of Press Pass, in the intellectual property, remember, I have the franchise, I own the franchise, and I don't own season 1 in full. I only own 30% of season 1. Let Me Out Productions, the production house that's producing the main series, and the guiding the production for everything is our production house. Let Me Out Productions owns 35%. Our hired labor that produces season 1, they share 20%. 5% it goes to the property relevant unions to anchor monthly audits and trainings for their members or would-be members. That leaves 10% available as a customer product, not as an investment facility. You're not going to deposit your money using an NFT and expect the value of your deposit to grow. That is not what this technology is for. I'm telling folks. Like, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for a month before the Bored Ape Yacht Club came in, and everybody started treating the technology like that. Because that collaborative brand sold monkeys for $200 a pop. Within 3-4 months, they're selling for $700,000, $800,000. I think Justin Bieber bought one for like $1.3 million. It's a it's a network brand collaboration on the blockchain. Each piece of the brand is its own unique monkey with its own unique assets. It's this little 4chan troll job is what it started off as. And when you buy a monkey, you have open license trademark to use that monkey however you want in the realm of business. So that spawned a bunch of regurgitate projects where everybody was trying to achieve that same or even like 10% of that market success by launching what I call cartoon cults. All these collaborative brands where people are sharing the same image of a cartoon. Don't get me wrong, I have a few of them. But the ones that I have, like Alien Friends, great community. That was a gift. Arabian Camels, fantastic community. The first film raise on the blockchain, like the first network collaboration to produce a film, was the Arabian Camels. I don't know what else I have, because the Camels team actually gave me pretty much all of my cartoons. Shout out Master Buzz, man. I love you so much. Oh, man. So, anyway. So they are using it for network collaboration, but they're literally using it in network collaboration in the strength of the brand. And so we have a similar network collaboration in our brand. It's just the terms of the pieces are not open license trademark to use Let Me Out Productions. They are the main thing is to develop network collaboration and audience experiences. Like that's the main point of grabbing a piece of our brand. We focus on Press Pass ecosystem. So we covered the franchise, separate asset. I own it for 30 years after wrap of season 1. So whenever we produce season 1, we've been waiting for 2.5 years and trying to market the product and sell enough product to achieve the first phase of production. I don't want to film a pilot separately. It's just a waste of money. So it literally is a waste of over $3 million. So I'd rather just dive into the lore game, produce the lore, and as soon as we achieve the launch phase to actually put cameras on stage and get going, I don't know. I mean, frankly, we're even if we sold out the product today, we're 3 months away from that phase. Like we're 3 or 4 months away from even getting rehearsals for our performers and stuff, because the writers' room has to get together and really chop it up on those 24 episodes. So I would anticipate best case scenario, like maybe we're actually filming by June. That requires me to do a lot better in terms of securing attention for this thing. That has been a chore. Anyway, Press Pass All Access, the franchise, is something that I own for 30 years after wrap of Season 1, at which point that franchise will decentralize and it will belong to all of the collaborative property owners throughout the entire experience. Hired labor, myself, the platform, all of our collaborating customers, all of the unions will all share the franchise. After that 30-year period, it'll be guided with the quality assurance of the previous 30 years through a community governance and system that we set up. So that's the franchise. And on the distributed asset level of Press Pass, the main series, we have 8 seasons planned. Season 1 is the intellectual property puzzle. There's 5,309,160 pieces. 10% of those pieces are a consumer product, and 10% of those pieces, all the pieces anchor an equal and exact percentage of net profit to the piece. Now, the consumer, when they buy the piece, they don't anchor that net profit to themselves, because that would form an investment contract. It would form the customer purchase premise of investment, and we don't want that. The customer purchase premise is collaboration. So the consumer pieces are version 1 and version 2 pieces, and they anchor the residual to a community treasury, which is governed by the entire community through a democratic process at the Top Brass DAO. Top Brass DAO is our audience experience guarantor. A DAO is DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So all of our collaborative property owners and the brand and any of our audience experiences, they're automatically members of the Top Brass DAO, and that's what facilitates all the voting, all the bounties, all of the just the entire ecosystem. So our puzzle in Season 1 of Press Pass is facilitated by the Top Brass DAO. And so a customer buys a version 1 or a version 2 piece. If they buy a version 1 piece, they can generate or they can register an ecosystem professional or a notable fan character into the lore of the Basketball Syndicate of America. If they have a version 2 piece, they can register a syndicate player or a team coach. Now, in 1939, we only have she's reserved. There we go. 114 unclaimed players for Season 1, and I believe there's 20 team coaches that are unclaimed for Season 1. So the version 2 would allow you to claim one of these characters. Now, whether you create or claim a character, as soon as you register that puzzle piece to that character, you own that character. That's now your intellectual property. We do have ecosystem rules about producing sports-related content in our ecosystem, but anything else, have at it. Anything else that you do with that character is outside of our world. So if you're trying to produce your own character's lore outside of our lore game process, we're collaborating here. So everybody try to synthesize, and so the stuff that you do outside of our game is not official canon, but you can bring it into the game and try to make it official canon, and that's the angle to do. So you can sort of really workshop your character and figure out the best way to go. Somebody was checking out Gerard Liggett, an unclaimed Boston potato. That's rich. That's so rich. Okay, so lots of great player characters here. Somebody needs to grab Lou Tom Barosis. I mean, come on now. Big Loot? Come on now. He's the starting center for the 1939 Pittsburgh Gridlock. How much is it to register Big Loot as your character? Yeah, it's $40. Okay, $40. So let's put that in there too. So you buy a puzzle piece. You are now get to create or claim a character. Now you also get to role play a chapter of the lore of the Basketball Syndicate of America. We have 73 chapters across from 30 different teams. There's a total of 1,830 chapters, but there's 73 in sequence. So every chapter is a new round of sessions in the lore, and it's going to be so much fun to actually get going on this. I love y'all. Yeah, so you buy this title, okay, this one here. You can save the clip all you want. That doesn't give you any rights in the ecosystem. You now own a piece of Season 1 of Press Pass, the first television show where you can own a piece of a season to collaborate with. Are you kidding me? How cool is that? And you create a notable fan or an ecosystem professional. That's real easy to do because all you need to do is have these details. So you can just use our generator if you want. The generator's super fun to play with. I'll put that in chat too. I'm only going to put the one link, but the all 4 character styles you can generate on this generator. And you can also read a little bit about the game and all of that. So you register your character, you roleplay through one lore chapter of the lore, and you make one meme based on the canon that you've roleplayed. The memes that are created by all the roleplayers are the archive of the sports mockumentary we're making, and so any flashback or reference material in Season 1 will always be a meme from y'all. And whoever's meme that is, they'll get a bounty. They get paid from a bounty in the top brass style. Same with our advertisements. Our advertisements are going to be cut mainly for social media, but it'll be only memes from the archive. And every time we put a meme in an advertisement, the creator gets a bounty. Every meme in the archive will be available as a digital collectible, just like my meme that you have to buy to enter the experience. So it'll have a unique serial number. It'll be a part of the official Press Pass contract. We're probably not going to do it on Ethereum. Like, I'm going to be real here. Oh, wild. Okay. I could have sworn I already had a window of this open. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Anyway, your memes will also be official digital merchandise for Season 1 of Press Pass. Every meme that's created, submitted, and approved for the archive, we want content appropriate for ages 11 and up. I call it the SpongeBob rule. Every meme that's created, approved for the archive, submitted and approved for the archive will be listed as official Press Pass merchandise. They won't carry any intellectual property collaboration rights, but the minimum price will be $5, and there will be 1,000 editions of each meme. So if you, the creators, make the meme, and it gets used in an episode, it gets used in an advertisement, and all 1,000 of your editions sell out, your market position is... The maximum market position of one meme is $2,645. Now that's conditional. You gotta achieve the bounty use, which for a person with one piece of the puzzle would be about $109. You have to achieve the ad bounty use, which would be about $36 if you have one piece, and you'd have to sell out all 1,000 of your memes. All 1,000 edition of your memes, which are at $5 a piece, would be $2,500 for you. So you add that up, and boom, you have a commission for your specific and exact merited contribution in this collaborative intellectual property. And it's fun, baby, because look what you did. You're this guy. I don't know who this guy is. His fan rating is A tier. He's lawful arrogance. His first fan commitment is Tinkerbell, so he's a Tinkerbell fan. He's a know-it-all. And then his second fan, he's a plastic fan, so he's kind of fake as a person. His wealth tier is he's a Dolores Dollar, lower salary and benefits. Oh, he's a 70. I did not see this. 74-year-old nursing teacher in the lore chapter for the 1991 Cleveland Dutch in the fourth era of the Basketball Syndicate of America. Now, but the generators are just to help people formulate ideas for characters. You don't have to use all these details. The fan commitments are a fixed list. The wealth tier and fan rating and alignment chart are all fixed details. The age, profession, and lore chapter you can just make stuff up. You can't make up a team. Those are all fixed details. The colorways are all fixed details. The championship winners and the playoff seeding, all fixed details. We're not generating the wins and the losses. We're generating why those wins and losses happened, what the conditions were around the team, what the conditions of the culture were, what weird stories were happening that may not have anything to do with basketball, but they may have impacted the team in some way. And there are fantasy elements. I know a lot of role plays focus on high fantasy. I've never played D&D myself. Our game works a lot different, but we do have some fantasy elements for, it's just a touch, a little taste. Each team in our Press Pass All Access universe has a sport god. So the Basketball Syndicate of America, there are basketball gods, and there are 30 of them. The initial 12 teams in 1939, each of their basketball gods is a zodiac sign. Which I had such a blast generating the art for those damn basketball gods. And when we eventually have our budget for an art department, we're gonna have actual artists paid to do the work. But I'm so glad to have tools to make reference points and also demonstrate product so we can get there. Because if we can't demonstrate product to even get there, then that's what costs those jobs. Okay. So I'm committed to artists. As an artist myself. Don't get me wrong. I am super relieved and excited to be able to use tools to demonstrate product and guide the experience in the early I call this the mud roots phase. But yeah. So buy a version 1 piece. They're less than $20. Every piece you buy, like every transaction you make on the blockchain, you have to pay the notary fee. So you can buy as many editions as you want in one transaction and pay one notary fee. So just keep that in mind. I'll put this in the chat too. Oh, and then also did I get that right? Yeah. In order to participate in PressPass, you do need a intellectual property license / wallet. They are free. They're so easy to get. It takes 3 seconds. The one caution that I have is, I suggest you going with Sam, and they're our official wallet partner, Let Me Out Productions. It's not a paid relationship, so it's not an advertisement. Their software is just great. You don't need to download a browser extension. You don't need to download an app. It's all local to your browser on whatever device that you're using to navigate your wallet. Now, when you access Web Wallet, this is going to take me to a password interface because I already have a wallet here. But you hit you access Web Wallet, you hit Create Account, you read there's 3 panels, it'll take you through 3 panels, read every panel, and then it'll ask you if you're ready to receive your seed phrase. Now, a seed phrase and a safe combination, exact same thing. Exact same thing. A safe combination is a series of numbers you click into in a certain order in a certain sequence, and that unlocks your safe. And anybody who has that combination can get into your safe. It's the same thing with the seed phrase in your intellectual property license. So seed phrase is not numbers, it's words. they'll give you 12 to 24 words that need to be spelled exactly the same way, and they need to be in the exact same sequence. So when you get that seed phrase, literally grab pen and paper, pen and comp book, write it down physically, and stick that in a filing cabinet at your desk, somewhere where nobody else is going to find it, but you know where it's at. And then also, I don't suggest like keeping that seed phrase in any sort of text form in your digital world, but you can take a screenshot of it and stick that screenshot way deep in some obscure folder in the cloud. And that way you always have access to your seed phrase, even if you're in Montenegro and you have no other access to any funds anywhere else in the world. But now you can get into your wallet, and if you even have a few dollars in there, you might be able to extract that and use it as local currency. So, download a Salmon wallet today, right now. Do it. It takes 3 seconds. Access web wallets, there's an orange button in the right corner. And then if you're on mobile, it might be a drop-down menu here. And then go through, get your seed phrase, and then make sure that you're on the Ethereum network. It'll be default on Ethereum network. So here's our LMO Salmon wallet, 9AC9, and Ethereum network. And then you take your address here. You just hit the copy button. What? Whoa, don't do that. You hit the copy button, and I'll actually show you guys. This is the address here. Oh. Okay, fine. I'll just put it here for a second. This is the address here of my wallet, 0x. I'm not gonna read all these characters, but you can see that. That's my license for intellectual property. And so when I buy a version 1 or version 2 meme that anchors my intellectual property ownership of the show, it'll be sent to my intellectual property license. And now an edition of this specific token here, one of the 530,000 editions of the version 1, will belong to this specific address. Now the thing is, nobody needs to know who this is. Now since we have a commission prospect across from your collaboration, if you opt into that collaboration, we will have to know who you are, because we're in America, and it's just the best way to facilitate transactions of funds is just transparently knowing who each party is, and that helps us with our government and what we expect, even if you're somewhere else in the world. So there will be a process when we get into it to I don't know. I mean, we discuss it with counsel all the time that if somebody's in Algeria or something, and they're participating in the lore game, they go through the process, they make their meme goes on to sell out, they make their 2,500 plus from the merchandise. They're being paid through the value transfer protocol of the blockchain. They're not being paid through the US dollar. So the jurisdiction of our government pretty much, I wouldn't say it ends at the US dollar, because they do extend it into customer safety and things like that. But I really I don't think I need to know who that Algerian is by name. But who knows? That's up for the governments to decide. I don't really care. I prefer transparency anyway. I wouldn't want people to be lore gaming, making memes, making bank off their memes, and then going and using those funds for illicit activities. That would be absolutely horrible. So, Season 1 is a puzzle, 5,309,160 pieces. 10% of those pieces are an exclusive consumer collaborative product. We have the version 1 piece. There's 530,000 of those. Those are the more common piece of the puzzle. and those register notable fans and ecosystem professionals. And we have a version 2 piece where there are only 916 of those. Those are the $40 pieces. And they register syndicate players and team coaches. So if you're a syndicate player, a professional basketball player in this lore, if you're a team coach, you coach a team. Now, team coaches can be fired and syndicate players can be traded. They can't be cut, and they can't... Like, the only person who can injure a syndicate player is the player the role player themselves. I don't know. You never know. That could be the reason your team misses the playoffs. Is because, you role played a little too hard, and you twisted your character's knee. I took an arrow to the knee right before the lore game. So, now, every edition registers only one character ever, and that's enforced by the blockchain, by the network of information, because we trace how each edition is used, and all of that's programmable information. So even if you bought an edition, you used it to make this guy, Smeagol O'Hara. If you used it to make this guy into a character in the lore game, and then you sold it to somebody else, they cannot use it to make a character in the lore game. The editions also register that a character to one chapter of lore. So they're called lore chapters, but it registers them to one chapter of lore for roleplay. A lore chapter takes place over a 2 to 3 week session. There's 7 parties in the session that take this story and adventures in the chapter through a sequence. The adventures are guided by people we call lore wranglers, and you have to have at least 7 pieces of the puzzle to be a lore wrangler. They're called the adventures are called story beads, and each chapter has at least 20 story beads that you as the character can hop around to. You're not glued to any single one. Even the players and the coaches, we do want them participating in the game conditions and whatnot. But even though if it's a group of fans deciding the game conditions and the players are off doing something else, that's really funny too. Because it moves chronologically. There's no retconning. There's no acidifying. There's no crumbling. It just plows forward. And so. If you miss out on a version 2, there's only 916 of them, and there's probably going to be at least 3,000 to 4,000 players and coaches that actually are established in this lore. And that means that you have to start the game as a notable fan, and then or an ecosystem professional, and then role play your way into being a player or a coach. Totally possible. So it's up to you guys how this whole soup is cooked and is stirred. But that would be the way to become a player or a coach after all the version 2s are sold out. Now, you need an edition for every chapter that you want to roleplay, and you need an edition for every meme that you want to add to the archive. You need an edition for every character you want to add to the story, whether you're roleplaying them or not. Keep that in mind. You have to have at least 7 pieces to include a pet character into as one of your characters. And if you have 25 pieces or more, you can lore master. You can design all 20 story beads for a lore chapter. You can receive input from your lore wranglers. The lore wranglers are the dungeon masters for the specific story bead adventure. And they can trade, too. They're not locked into any one adventure, but you always have to yes and the previous material. So, that's the thing. If you're a lore wrangler and you have 7 pieces, you can register as a lore wrangler for 7 chapters in a row. If you're a lore master and you have 25 pieces, I don't think we'll do 25 chapters in a row, but honestly, that would be... Yeah, I guess I don't mind. There's plenty of chapters. Hell, if we get enough lore masters to claim them all, that's really good for the experience. First come, first serve. So, if we have 1,830 people buy 25 pieces of the show each, please do it all in the same day. That would be a great day. It'd be our team over at Let Me Out, receiving everything that we've been working on and manifesting for years now. So, yeah, you buy a piece of the show. You use the piece of the show to create a character, roleplay the character into the canon, and then meme the canon that we've created. And those memes are available for us to use as show material, advertising material, and merchandise, digital merchandise. Real cool collaboration. So that's not the only thing we're doing. You've purchased one piece of the show, which means that now I have 3 pieces of the show as the creator. Let Me Out Productions, the business, has 3.5 pieces of the show. A cast member has 0.6 pieces of the show, a crew member has 0.6 pieces of the show, and a lead creative writer, producer, director has 0.8 pieces of the show. And the union has a half piece of the show. So every piece that you buy provides you value and quality assurance by ensuring the creator, the platform, and cast, crew, lead creatives, and unions are also receiving property. Does anything in the economy do that for you? Is there a single thing in the economy where you go buy your Starbucks? Is there like a breakdown of where that $7 to $10 is going in the Starbucks ecosystem? I'll tell you what, it ain't going to labor. So here we have 2 pieces for every 1 piece that you buy that are going to labor. We have 3 pieces for every 1 piece that you buy that are going to me, the original creator. And if y'all think that's screwed up, there's a lot of really socialist ideals out there, and I'm a socialist. Let me tell you, creator sovereignty is super, super important. What happened to the creator of Squid Game? What's happened to the Wachowskis? What's happened to Britt Marling? What's happened to so many amazing, brilliant creators because they sold their franchise and they don't have any creative control over the assets produced from their franchise? That's not what this model does. As the creator of the experience and as the creator of the show, I know what the vision is and I know what the quality assurance metrics need to be for the customers of this experience. So 30% of season 1 is what I own. 35% is what Let Me Out Productions owns. 6% are what cast and stunts, the stunt team, share. 6% is what crew, art, post, office, and staff share. And 8% are what the writers, producers, directors, cinematographers, and music composers share. And then 5% is what the union share. So every token you buys 3 tokens for me, 3.5 for Let Me Out Productions, 0.6 for the cast and stunts, 0.6 for crew, art, post, office, staff, 0.8 for writers, producers, directors, and 0.5 for unions. This is a super fair balance of impact in this property. Whoa, don't do that. So, there you go. It's called value assurance. There's not a single product in the economy that gives you that breakdown of what it does in the ecosystem for the product's creator, for the company that's producing it, and for the labor that's producing it, and the unions that maintain labor conditions. All y'all gotta do is buy the meme of production. Here.
With Hardcastle.net. I'm Kamani Okira with Hardcastle.net, and I'm very excited to be covering professional basketball for the first time in my photojournalist career.
Welcome to Lens Face. I'm your host, Kamani Okira, and I am done with this shit. Bye. I paused it on the music, but when I ask what happened in the meme, I'm literally asking you guys what happened. It's not just in the context of like, why didn't that character's career improve? in quality from year 1 to year 10. Wait, no, it's year 1 to year 8. Year 1 to year 8, within the narrative of the show. That's part of the question, but the overall question is, like, what the hell happened in the Basketball Syndicate of America that started in 1939? What happened? I don't know. I mean, I know a lot, but I've set the rails of this wonderful roleplay experience that y'all are going to buy my memes to create your own characters, roleplay, and then create your own memes that create a market position for you in the collaboration. So, yeah. The 10% that the customers purchase, that anchors a net profit treasury that y'all govern as a democracy. Unfortunately, even with the collaborative element, we can't do a one-to-one net profit residual to the customer because that forms the customer purchase premise of investment. I'd love to do that, but I actually agree with a lot of the laws, not all of them, but a lot of the laws that state the parameters of what an investment contract is and why purchase premise is extremely important. And collaboration is the purchase premise here, not investment. So don't purchase a title thinking, oh, I'm going to make $2,600. No. You might. You have to go through this experience and produce a meme. And if that meme does really well in the ecosystem, the max potential across from one meme from a person who owns one piece is $2,600. What other games you playing that do that? What other social activity that are you doing in your life that is producing a market position for you? Doesn't collaborating on the lore of a fictional sports documentary sound like the most fun in the world? Anyway, let's get into the Syndicate, and then I will... Actually, yeah, I have 5 people here I'm going to soft ray register with characters. Soft ray registering means I put the character into the wiki, but unless that person buys a title, or if they get whitelisted on behalf of a person with 25 or more pieces, that person needs to buy a piece, or they get whitelisted on behalf of a person with 25 or more pieces, then that character is not officially theirs. So they have to buy the piece for that character to become officially theirs. Or they can wait for a larger product purchase to come in, like a co-producer, executive producer, elder luminary, even just a lore master, 25 pieces, somebody with 25 pieces or more. They can be whitelisted to play with one of their pieces. And then they're sharing 15% of the bounties and 35% of the merchandise performance with the property owner. That's an agreement that they make in terms of facilitating the use of their property. It's an ecosystem rule, so you can't go outside of that rule and form your own conditions. Like, that's just how it works when you're letting other people use your property to play. Okay. The Basketball Syndicate of America, the BSofA, is a fictional professional basketball collective operating internationally in the universe of Press Pass All Access. Also known as the Syndicate, the collective is composed of 30 teams, 28 in the United States and 2 in Canada, as the show begins in 2012. In the Press Pass streaming/television series... I don't need to read the titles, damn it. In the primary television/streaming series Press Pass, the show focuses on the sports media professionals covering the Sacramento Majesty on the team's journey to become the historically worst team of all time in the Basketball Syndicate. Founded in 1939, the Basketball Syndicate of America was launched shortly after the Black Actors Guild of America, formerly known as the Negro Actors Guild of America. In mission alignment with the Black Actors Guild, the Basketball Syndicate of America formed as an attempt to change the way Americans who are socially defined as black due to their visual appearance were portrayed in the global media exports of the United States. The BSofA was launched as a mixed-gender professional basketball league founded by a black Haitian woman and a black American man as business partners with zero in professional involvement. These original founders wanted to establish a professional sports system that celebrates the many-gendered warrior ancestry shared by much of the world. The Black Actors Guild was founded by Freddie Washington, Ethel Waters, Noble Sissel, Marian Anderson, William Handy, Robert P. Braddock, Duke Ellington, Ed Thomas, Paul Robeson, Robert Earl Jones, Louis Armstrong, A.C. Powell Jr., Frank Wilson, and Rosamond Johnson. Full disclosure, My great-granduncle Robert Earl Jones was not in the Black Actors Guild, but because it's 1939, it's right around the time he got blacklisted. He's an honorary member. He got blacklisted for 14 years. All right, so yeah, we bent a little I bent a little history in there to hopefully celebrate some of my great granduncle's legacy. The BSofA founders. The Basketball Syndicate of America was founded by Gaius C. Boleyn, a black lawyer from upstate New York, and Jacqueline Doucet, a former general in the Haitian Freedom Force, fighting against the 1915 U.S. invasion of Haiti until 1933. Doucet was a survivor of both the 1919 bombing and the 1929 Abbas-le-Misere massacre in her hometown of Les Cayes. A personal friend of Charlemagne Perrault, Jacqueline Doucet knew to fight the revolution where it counted most: the hearts, minds, and souls of the public. Doucet immigrated to New York City in 1937, a few short years after the U.S. occupation of Haiti ended. Inspired by events at the 1936 Olympic Games, Jacqueline Doucet saw a pathway to ripen the hearts and minds of the American consuming public. While in New York City, she met Gaius C. Boleyn, a lawyer from upstate New York. After hearing the pitch, Boleyn connected Doucet to various influences around the country, including Roosevelt himself. A healthy American coalition of all different backgrounds provided the baseline capital for the syndicate. Boleyn and Doucet became the founding presidents of the Yonkers Highness, one of the original teams in the BSofA. So Basketball Syndicate of America plays 60 games each season. Each team is owned and governed by 101 to 104 interested parties. So each franchise is decentralized to that group. And the playoff system is called the Lore War. The winner is rewarded with the BSofA Lore War Championship Cup, aka the Doucet Boleyn, which is pronounced Doucet Boleyn. The Basketball Syndicate has 30 teams in the year of Press Pass Here We Stick, also known as Press Pass Season 1. Here we stick! Here we... You're in Sacramento, you get it. The Syndicate is organized into an East Side and a West Side, each with 15 teams. The original teams of 1939, I'm going to pull it from a different page here, so you can see the logos that I made. Hell yeah, okay. The original BSofA teams, franchises of 1939. We have an East Side and a West Side in the BSofA. On the East Side, you have the Allentown Oats, the Boston Potatoes, the Columbus Dutch, the Manhattan Pantaloons, the Pittsburgh Gridlock, and the Yonkers Highness. On the West Side, we have the Calgary Mounted Elbow, the Chicago Red Beans, the Los Angeles Wet Fountains, the Minnesota Menace, the Nashville Whiskers, and the San Francisco Buoys. So when you make your character, you're going to pick a team to enter the lore chapter for in 1939. That's where we're focused on right now. We're looking for the first 3,000 players that are going to establish the lore for 1939 Basketball Syndicate of America. As soon as we get 16 of y'all, 16 to register to any one lore chapter, we can actually start the official process. We're going to let the first group beta test and establish some official lore and give a great sample of the experience. So that's why I've been plugging in these comedians and these entertainers and all of what people call smaller creators. I hate the term because our language is so focused on elitism in this society. We need to improve the way we talk about each other. The algorithm doesn't necessarily reward talent or merit of labor. It rewards attention and engagement. And if you can figure out how to manipulate attention and engagement, that's how you win in this economy. It's not authentic value of labor. It's not the information that you bring to the table. It's not the quality of your labor. It's just attention and elitism and all of that. And it is an exhausting reality. And that is why this clip is such a shitty, production quality. My character in here is name's Lensface. He's a sports media influencer that produces content as bad as the team he covers. Part of it as a joke, but part it's like the whole behavioral exploration of elitism in sports media. But from a super punch up, super Mud Roots kind of character and content presentation. And I actually did this character for 5 years while performing my job as a photojournalist covering professional basketball. And I actually produced 5 years of a meme show called Lensface. It's not. It's if you are going to interrogate the cinematic qualities and the intent of the messaging, super fascinating. But if you're not going to collaborate to get there, and you're just going to consume for entertainment value, it's definitely, it's not even funny. It's just like it's going to be boring. So there you go. I put it in chat. Let's do some characters. Let's get some characters in the lore game. Do I have a GPT window open? I do not. Oh, I guess I can finish this thread real quick. Collaborative intellectual property puzzles networked on the blockchain. Scalability, consumer collaboration, creator sovereignty, platform risk mitigation. Workers own their labor, anchoring success-based residuals. Unions and guilds are supported directly. Collaborate, don't invest, don't buy other people's labor and extract the value of it for yourself. Create that value together with everybody having their unique pieces of impact. Every business can turn their brands, products, services, and experiences into collaborative puzzles. Customers buy pieces which anchor a success-based community residual, governed in a treasury by all customers to augment and benefit their relationship with the business. Creators, businesses, hired labor, and unions all receive pieces that which anchor success-based residuals directly to the creator, the business, the hired labor, or the union that's providing audits and trainings. Annual endeavors can issue a new puzzle year by year. Limited endeavors can issue a puzzle for that specific endeavor. So that's what Season 1 of Press Pass is. It's a specific endeavor. I'm being messed with because this is seen as a huge economic disruption to the way things work. In reality, it's a small adjustment. I don't know. I'm not like an economic forecaster. It could be a huge disruption. Very well could be. But it doesn't replace investment facilities. That's the main thing. I'm being messed with by a lot of things. There's a lot of shadow forces at work here. But my main antagonist here are people that really don't want this sort of model to disrupt the economy. And I don't know who they are. It could be Hollywood back end. It could be federal. I don't know who they are, but there's a lot of abnormal things happening to me. Okay, so y'all are trying to force us to use one. That's starving us out of the market. Lots of dirty market stuff. But we don't want to sell our labor as anything but property. Been doing this a long time. I will not sell my labor as anything but property. Because if I sell my labor across from a time-based wage or across from some sort of exploitative contract, it always results in exploitation. Always. I've been doing this 18 years. Okay? And most media producers, most people that work in the entertainment product are like me. We've put in the time. We're not paid we're not paid from the success that we helped create. We're just not. That money flows to investors who have purchased our labor. And when you allow people to purchase labor and focus the value of that labor on themselves, that is enslavement, people. That is the behavior of enslavement. That is what it is. It's not whips and chains. Nobody's living in a cabin in the backyard. I mean, my living situation ain't much better than that, I'll tell you what. But it's like this duopoly thing here. We have the enslavement mechanic of investors buying your labor and extracting the value of your labor to focus it on themselves, even though they're not actually providing any merit to do that. I understand they're taking on risk, but then the investment needs to be capped based on the risk. Like the rewards from the investment need to be capped based on the amount of risk take on. It shouldn't just be an unfathomable, uncapped reward, all extracting value of labor. That's enslavement. And on top of that, everybody's sharecropping. So nobody owns land, nobody can homestead anymore, but we're all focused, the earned income that we do produce, that we do take home, the value that we actually get to take home, that now goes to landlords. It's beyond basic resources, but it's going to landlords. Another, like, what is that? That's sharecropping. We have not ended the behavior of enslavement, and we have not ended the behavior of sharecropping. You guys don't want people to actually make money. You want people to make just enough money that you can extract it from them and keep them in that marginal position to keep your wealth flowing. It's super sick. It's a small group of people, super small group of people doing this to the whole world. And so that's why this model is so important and so vital, because it just takes that dynamic away from them. Now, it still rewards people that take risk, but you have to collaborate in the value that you're producing. And then you're in quite a lucrative market position. I'll tell you what. Like, check this out. Oh, wrong one. All right. This is the 10,000 piece hold in Season 1 of Press Pass. Costs literally $182,000 right now. All right, so here's the mechanic. The property owner purchased 10,000 version 1 collectibles in the show, version 1 puzzle pieces. They open up they facilitate a whitelist for their community, and they allow the first 2,000 people to sign up for the whitelist to enjoy use of their property. Those 2,000 people will each be able to create 5 characters in the lore, with 1 main character and 4 side characters. They'll be able to each roleplay for 5 chapters in a row, which is probably about 3 months total. 2 or 3 lore parties every week. And they're able to shoot 5 memes based on the canon that they've created, and their memes can be up to 5 minutes long. So every single one of those 10,000 memes that the property owner has now facilitated into the archive achieves their maximum potential. The property owner has collaborated, and they've just increased their market position from their $182,000 market purchase, or the product purchase, $183,000 product purchase. And if it was 100% potential on the meme performance in our ecosystem, then they would have made $43 million. 183,000, 43 million. Not a guarantee. There are no contractor protections. This is not an investment, it's a product purchase. You purchase the product, you facilitate the use of the product in the ecosystem. You're set up with a 35% of the market position that is created. So it's not likely, it's highly unlikely anybody's holds are going to go 100% on the meme potential. But that's the number, 43 million. 33% is much more plausible. Okay, a third of the memes hit their max position. So you're talking about 3,333 memes instead of all 10,000. They hit their max position. The co-producer has now made 14 million. That's much more plausible. Let's say it's a real bad get, right? So 5% of the memes hit their max position in the ecosystem. $2.1 million. Earned income. Or this is an earned commission from facility. This is before taxes. If you once you convert this into U.S. dollars or usable fiat currency, you have to pay your taxes in whatever locality you're at. But there you go. Here's our executive producer position. So one piece, you're a lore producer. 7 pieces, you're a lore wrangler. 25 pieces, you're a lore master. 250 pieces, you're an advanced lore master. 500 pieces, I believe that's an elder. 5,000 pieces, you're a luminary. 10,000 pieces, you're a co-producer. And 53,091 pieces, you're an executive producer. So if we find 10 of these people, we can't even accommodate 10 anymore. We've sold enough to not accommodate 10. But if we find 9 of them, the product is mostly sold out. And anybody can be an executive producer as long as you fit our expectations on ethics. I've got nothing against the non-exploitative adult industry, for example, but we're not going to work with you in this. This is an experience that's appropriate for ages 11 and up. So our ethics requirements reflect that. But yeah, I mean, any brand, any sports team, any sports league, any company, any group, any streamer, anybody can buy the product here and facilitate it to their audience or to their community and enjoy a commission of the value that's created from that effort of facilitating. Now, So here's the whitelist pay for meme performance, and this is the of an episode use, and whitelist pay for meme performance in advertisement use. So if you're a top brass management, which would be the lore master, you bought 25 pieces. I'm presuming you're going to role play a character, so hold 5 at least for yourself. Your main character with 5 chapters and 5 memes. Plug in 4 of your friends to play. They each get 5 characters, 1 main, 4 side characters. They role play their main character for 5 chapters. They produce 5 memes. You have 25 or more, your memes can be up to 5 minutes long. Now, I'll be honest, we're never going to just stick somebody's 5-minute meme in an episode. We might, at most, use 30 seconds of it. But the whole point of it is to network the story. And so somebody who's a lore master with 25 pieces, which will only cost $450 right now, by the way. Which, if you're going to do that, do it today so I can pay my storage unit. Please. It's getting down to the wire, man. All right. You buy 25 pieces. Every meme that's used in an episode from your piece hold produces $236 for you. Every meme that's used in an episode would produce $236 for you, and $439 for the person that you've whitelisted. Every ad use would produce $79 for you, and $146 for the person you've whitelisted. So it's community wealth. It's a way of entering your friends into the experience without having any dispute. The math is not disputable. This is the math. Okay, and it's on a impartial public notary service as well. So it's enforced by a smart contract, not human interaction. So it's just the math. This is just the math. I don't know what to tell folks. Yeah, and the bounties that we pay episode use and ad use out of that. No! Okay. Yay, I'm back! Oh, I got an OBS warning. Oh, disconnected. Get out of here. When did it disconnect? Whatever. So, yeah, there you go. So yeah, about 457 for a lore master position right now. Super early. It's the analog mud roots phase, but it's still built. It's still ready to go. And then you pick one of the original teams. Pittsburgh Gridlock. Pittsburgh Gridlock. Yeah, if somebody wants to hire me remote, that would be great. Okay. The original BSofA franchises of 1939. I'm the lore master of the Boston Potatoes. My buddy Ben is the lore master of the San Francisco Buoys, and my other buddy Joe is the lore master of the Allentown Oats. So those 3 chapters are already being mastered, but that leaves the Yonkers Highness, the championship team. Nobody's claiming. Come on now. Come on now. All right. The Pittsburgh Gridlock, the Manhattan Pantaloons, the Columbus Dutch, the Nashville Whiskers, the Minnesota Menace, the Los Angeles Wet Fountains, the Chicago Red Beans, and the Calgary Mounted Elbow are all available to be claimed for lore masters right now. You have to have their 25 editions. And if you buy them all on the same transaction, you're only paying that notary fee one time. And it doesn't really matter if it's $20 if you're buying 25 pieces. And then you start whitelisting, and I already have folks you can whitelist if you don't have people to whitelist in your immediate community. So I've been putting together a list of folks that were that want to be whitelisted into the game. And then yeah, you just keep on. This is sort of the entry level facility position. Is the top brass is the lore master position. And the reason why that gap is so big is because I don't. If you can't afford a $4,000 purchase, you can't afford a $2,000 purchase. You can't afford a $1,000 purchase. You know what I mean? You need to manage your money responsibly. So that's why that gap is there. I can buy, $450 for 2.5 months of role play, maybe 3 months of role play with your friends, establishing the lore of these basketball teams and players and environment, with your basketball god and the power element of each team. Yeah, it'll be real fun. One of these days, I'll do a live stream of the conflict interaction system, which is the combat system that we play the lore game through. But for now, let's just add some characters, because that is going to be a blast. Oh, and I do want to sim. I want to sim the first lore chapter of games. The first lore party's worth of games. Javier Millet. Okay. Pro tip on Millet. I have no idea why. I used to live in Argentina for a while, and I have no idea why our U.S. media is calling him far right. The man's definitely got some really ludicrous positions. Like, don't get me wrong, but most of his positions are farther left than the America's left. So it's really odd for people to be calling him far right. He's much more like, he's closer to an Antifa president, No, but now that when I say that with caution, because I know that he's got some moral positions that he wants the state to enforce, but I think his politics ultimately lead him to individual liberty. And in the realm of forced birth, for example, I totally understand people that feel that life starts at zygote. It doesn't matter what you feel or what your moral stance is. The question for me is, does the state have the ability to force somebody to grow something in their body? No, it's a violation of individual liberty. And so I think Millet will end up landing there, even if he feels it's morally something that he would find abhorrent. I don't find it morally anything, because I was born with my disability, and I am constantly fighting thoughts of just ending the game, Get the fuck out of here, because I keep on telling you, this is killing me, and ain't nobody support what I'm doing. It really gets to you after a time. Social death and an elitist attention economy that I'm just not compatible with. Anyway. First up, somebody who came up. My rule: I follow anybody who's advertising on Instagram. If you're a comedian or an entertainer or somebody who would fit our experience well, I will follow you. If your elitism metric is great. So if you have this for Hopra, you're awesome. No elitist metric here, none. She has 1,000 followers. Go follow her at Hopra, and she's following 7,000 people. And my elitist metric is, if somebody has 10,000 followers and if they're following less than 100 people, that makes them an elitist. They want an audience, but they don't want to collaborate or contribute to their audience, which that's a problem for me. Now, some people don't want that relationship, and they happen to be that famous, but that's okay. I get that. But if you're like us, grassroots creators, and you're behaving that way, especially comedians and people that are supposed to be personal people that they're very personal in their entertainment and in their brands, y'all, like, you got 6,000 followers, you should be following 2,000 or 3,000 people at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got 15,000 followers, you need to be following 5,000-6,000 people. If you want to have a separate account for your personal interactions, do that, and collect your friends and family, all the important folks that you want to clue into on your personal account. Make that one private. Then your public brand account is perfect. So, Hopra, let's get you a character in Season 1 of Press Pass. I'm going to do a random number generator. Okay. Let's close some of these tabs out here. I need that one. I don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one, don't need that one, don't need that one. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's Hopra. She is... I've watched a few of her clips. She's very, like... I don't love painting people into corners or with a broad brush. I like to let people speak for themselves. So does she have a video here? Well, this sums it up. Just so grateful to be here with you all. Me too. I'm glad you exist, Hopra. Her name's probably just Hope. Hope England, yeah. I don't know what LCPC means. But she, comedy performer, actress, writer, dreamer. Perfect person to plug into the lore game. And let's see, do we make her an ecosystem professional or a notable fan? 1 is eco pro, 2 is not notable fan. Okay, she's gonna be ecosystem professional. Bright House didn't exist in First Era, so let's join BSofA ecosystem. What is going on with this bio? 39-year-old attendant with a contrarian neutral alignment. They work for a local college or university. They are driven by resilience with a professional goal of finding them no matter what it takes. I believe that's what it said. Oh, okay. They work for a local college or university. Their character is driven by diligence with a professional goal of finding them. They'll never stop looking. I wrote all these conditions, but I wrote them to make us laugh. I don't know. That's such an interesting character. Like you look at her background, that's such an interesting character for... I think she'd have a lot of fun with this character. I'm not going to use this image for the character. I don't know why this attendant would be standing by the shipyard. And I believe... I try to diversify ages because, like, you know, well, part of the fun of this is, like, we can play somebody who's a lot younger or a lot older. Yeah, she looks like 30... Maybe mid-30s or something. I don't know. So, 39-year-old attendant, contrarian neutral, work for a local college unit. Yeah, let's spin it again. I gotta spin this one again because Sports Spot Magazine didn't exist. What is going on in this picture? Interesting. Huh. Okay, well, 800 it is. This would be interesting. Yeah, I think she'd have fun with this. That's a good one. We'll do this one, okay? Lore Bard, what's what we call a journalist in our ecosystem. Alignment is authentic, formal. I'm gonna need to link her character bio. We're gonna put everybody who I'm on who I'm onboarding into software registered characters. I'm just adding everybody to the Boston Potatoes in 1939 because the more people we have there, the faster titles will go, the faster these pieces will go, and then as soon as we have 16 people in Boston, I'm ready. I'm lore mastering, I'm lore wrangling at least one of the adventures there, and I'm ready to go. So we can all choose one of the adventures from the list in 1939 Boston and get going. There's some really great story beats there. Whew. So, what I need to do here is get random name generator. There we go. And Hope, we're going to make you a woman, but I'm going to choose an image from our archive here based on the name that's given to me here. Ice Warrior names from Doctor Who? Okay, that's your last name. Akasbulk? What the hell kind of last name is that? Akasbulk. Okay, this was an Ecosystem Pro. Lore Bard. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Maybe I'll put that up here. And her alignment. Oh yeah, last time I did this. Let's do that again. Yeah, okay. Move some of these things over here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna make you. I don't know this woman at all, so I don't know. I'll make you 20, 25. I know it wasn't a big change from the last character, but I think Hope might have a good time playing a young journalist in this budding new professional sport. They work for a local college or university. Let's see, Boston, Massachusetts. We have Brown, we have Boston, we have Harvard. Fordham's not there, right? Fordham would make a lot of sense. When did Northeastern open? There's so many colleges. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, founded. Let's see what we got here. Simmons University. Let's do that one. It's a women's focused. Okay. And I'm going to just stick to the details, the voices in their head. I keep on forgetting to go back through this generator and change all the yours to theirs. Driven by... I guarantee you GPT is going to spit out something crazy. Just because that voice is in your head thing. By the way, the details that we're putting in here, this is lore chapter by lore chapter. So your drive, your professional goal, even your profession and your alignment even can change from lore chapter to lore chapter. I encourage folks to make those changes within the context of the lore that is being created, because that's storytelling synthesis, and it's going to make the experience a lot better to yes and your own progress. So, what did I say this person's name was? Akasbulk. Okay. It's not a name. Ice. What was it? I'll put you over here too. There we go. Okay. All right, I'll do another random generator. Shout out to fantasynamegenerators.com. I love you guys. What the hell am I looking at? Troll names from World of Warcraft. Oh, okay, I like Liza. I'm gonna call her Liza. I mean, what kind of hell the name is that? I kind of like it though. Lila Zeza Akasbolk. Where are you from? Goodness, that sounds definitely like I don't know, maybe like Azerbaijani or something like that. Azerbaijan. That is nuts. Okay, so we want 1939. Actually, that's easy math, but I want the calculator open. Okay, 1914. So she would have been born in 19. Where we do random number generator. What month? Okay, October. And then what day? 31 days in October? October 11th. 1914, so 1913. Lore Bard, she's a media professional. Lila Zeja Akasbolk. Liza Akasbolk, the lore bard from Simmons University in the 1939 Boston Potatoes. Where the hell are you from? Liverpool? Should we? Should we make it? Should we do Liverpool? That is great. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I like it. Okay, you're Pakistani. It's modern city, state, and country. So Islamabad was definitely a city back in 1939, but the country of Pakistan did not yet exist. I don't think partition had happened yet. I guess you're from Pakistan. I was thinking that loose region anyway. Where is... Gorgeous. Oof. What a building! Oh yeah, this is awesome. And see, this is the point. Like, yeah, now she has a reason to get real deep on Islamabad, Pakistan. Unless it did it really not exist? It says it exists. It was established in 1960. Okay, so that's not a viable option. We're still going to use Pakistan. I like that as the nation of origin, or the modern country of origin for this character. That is crazy. Oh, okay. Is another planned city? No, this is super ancient. This is what I was sort of looking for. Multan. No traffic there, huh? That is a beautiful shrine. $13.30. Oh my gosh. Okay, Multan then. Sorry, Islamabad, you didn't exist in 1939 apparently. What was there? Like, that's interesting. 25-year-old lore bard. All these details are correct. Basketball god is Capricorn. Team element is Earth. Character is a woman. By the way, you can also choose non-binary or whatever. Just because it's 1939 doesn't mean that, you know, the character can't be of that gender, but it's a set of biological conditions. So, what do we have here? We said lawful arrogance. No, that's the fan. Authentic formal. It's pretty good. Pretty good alignment there. Okay. Alright, Hope, we're going to get your character done, and I'll do 4 more, and then I'm going to end the stream. I'll be slightly over 2 hours, just like I thought I would be. Up. Okay. Everything looks fine. Alright, let's see what Jupiter spits out for us. I'm gonna eventually start calling it Chat Jupiter. Okay. And then I need, Patty Florida here. What an ugly character. Sorry, Johnny. I mean, just look at this guy. He's so... What is going on? One of the lead performers on the actual main series, he's soft registered to this character. Lila Zeja Akasbok. So what I need to do is I need to edit the source. I'm gonna spit it out, chat. Oh, I forgot to take that stupid catchphrase off of the Ecosystem Pro. Anyway, Liza Zeja Akelsbolk. Okay, so let's do the small maintenance first. She's authentic formal. I promise if I can just pay my small bills, my stress level will go down and I'm able to focus on what I need to do here for you guys. So somebody buy 25 pieces of the show. That would solve all of the small immediate issues I have. And if 2 of y'all do it, I can start running some ads for this. And if 3 of y'all do it, I'll be able to get some Christmas gifts for people in my family. If 10 of y'all do it, I'll finally be able to get myself a car again. Basically, our spending plan is all budgeted out, but the catch-up that I have to focus on, because I'm way behind, been doing this for 3 years without any support, is built into that. So I believe this is the second lore bard that we're adding to the experience. And Pakistan. Remember, if it's tagged software registered, it's not official. Okay. But you have to get the title to make it official. So, Eliza, that's fine. Go to the top. Lila Zeza. Fun name to say. I don't know what she looks like yet. Yeah, I'm gonna link Simmons University because this is sort of one of the goals of mine is to go when I'm editing characters. I try to link real world things to the game. Profession, lore bard. There we go. Okay, driven by the voices in their head. Voices in your head. It's been a minute since I listened to that song. Yeah, the minute I figure out how to get an AI to do this effectively, I'll be so relieved. Like, I want it to actually do what I'm doing, like, you know what I mean? But, I don't know why I put height and weight for media professionals, other than that, maybe part of the experience I'm trying to create for ecosystem professionals is when you're around pro basketball players all the time and you're like me, you know, I'm 5'11". When I'm surrounded by 7-footers, I feel like the smallest person in the world. So I think that's part of the experience that I want to impart here. But like the notable fans, we don't have height and weight. We're gonna make you short though. We're gonna make Eliza pretty short. Make her 5'2". Sorry if you're 5'2". You're not short. You're average height. And 116 pounds. A lore bard. Let's look you up, Simmons University. Yeah, it makes sense that a journalist could come from this school. Okay, Simmons. Get some representation up in here. Super random, but I love it. A lore bard, journalist working for the university that covers Boston Potatoes games. She's authentic formal. Okay. So let's see what ChatGPT, how they explained this Pakistani woman ending up in Boston as a journalist working for a university in 1939 of all times. Back then, she should probably just be called Punjab woman, right? But, by the way, I'm not, I know that that's used as a slur, but it really is a language. And an ethnic group. But so if you hear it as a slur, fix that. Liza Zeza Akasbulk, born in the vibrant city of Multan, Pakistan, exhibited a penchant for storytelling from an early age. Her childhood was a tapestry of tales spun with flair and drama, foreshadowing her future as a lore bard. Inspired by the rich tradition of oral storytelling in her hometown, Liza developed a passion for crafting narratives that captured the imagination. Her mother was also The journey into the world of media began when Liza, armed with her innate eloquence and storytelling prowess, enrolled in Simmons University. Well, how did she get to Boston? What was it called back in the day? This is the time we get to educate y'all. And myself. Let's go back here. Pakistan. Partition was what, 1946, 47? Yeah. So before, it was the Delhi Sultanate. No. Oh, here we go. I don't really find a historical reason, if she was born in the 1910s, of why she would. Okay, I don't know. And she was born in 1913, so it would have been in the early 1930s. Anything stupid like her formal and reserved demeanor earned her the moniker the enigmatic bard from her peers. No, you have to earn your nicknames in the game. Despite her preference for formality, Liza harbored a rebellious streak that manifested in her unique storytelling style, blending tradition with a touch of irreverence. You're writing about me? Liza's entry into the world of professional basketball media was serendipitous. She attended a Boston Potatoes game. Her proudest moment, always adds so far discovered, came during a particularly intense when her storytelling skills elevated the audience's experience. Okay, great. We're done with that. Must have made a typo because I'm pretty sure it was 1967 is when the logo. Whatever, I'll fix that at a later time when I'm proofreading all these. Let me get her side details. Masala macarons? No. We'll just go with macarons. Wait, before... Is that a thing? Am I getting something wrong? Masala macaron. Oh. These are actually... It's actually a thing. I doubt this would exist. I mean, would it though? Isn't a macaron a French food? It's like a French cookie. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I'm getting tired, man. Favorite color? I like it. Ebony's fine. Favorite animal? It always gives me a quokka. I don't know why it gives me that animal so many times. I'm gonna go with a lemur. Fashion sense. Classic elegance with a touch of mystery. That's fun. Quirky habit. Composing impromptu ballads or noteworthy plays. Fear of forgetting the punchline. That's hilarious. That's a really interesting phobia. Piece of trivia: once composed a lore-inspired rap for the team's victory celebration. Okay. I'm gonna make her quirky habit the piece of trivia because a quirky habit isn't a thing. Unusual hobby: collecting vintage quills. That would actually be a cool as hell hobby. Like old school quills that were actually in use to sign important documents. That'd be dope. Like National Treasure Part 3 or whatever they're doing now. You'll find the quill that was used to sign the Declaration of Independence. Alright. Pop culture interests. I like that other professional interest, exploring the intersection between traditional storytelling and modern media, because modern media and traditional storytelling meant very different things in 1939 than they do today. Melancholic melodies and mythical epics. Who doesn't like that? Sounds great. I'm gonna say, bagpipe music, melancholic, Did it not say anything about the voices in her head? Oh, next up we have to do her photo. I haven't done her photo yet. I might just. I'm getting real tired, so I might just wrap it up after this one. This one took a little too long. Yeah, I'll get one more done. See, Abby Jasmine gonna be mad at me if I put her in. Hopra. And what was the guy's name? Sylvain? Crap. Okay. Liza, everything here is fine. Yep. I didn't fix that. Authentic. No, there's more than no. Samir is from Pakistan. What does it say here? Did I not get her MCO in? Okay, whatever. Alright, let's find you, Liza. Kind of like that one. Don't have to look too hard, though. That's free to call it. Liza. I think this is it. Yep. Yeah, because that looks official. Looks like she's an actual journalist from 1939. Texture there. Oh, I used to come in a little earlier. Yeah, there we go. Bummer. What? There we go. Well, I don't remember how to spell her name. Lila Zazak Aklasbolk. Please don't ever hit me up and be like, that's not a real South Asian name. It's a comedy. The last name is literally a nice troll name from a random generator from World of Warcraft. Okay, Lila Aklasbolk. Oh. Yeah, that works. Okay. That works. Oh, fuck me. Oops. Mistakes were made. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, Hope, we took care of you. Abby Jasmine! I honestly, like, I kind of forgot about Abby until I saw it. Like, no shade, because she's so talented. Like, seriously funny as hell, and, you know, she's styling. There you go, Abby. Love it. Okay. Yeah, let's make Abby a character. I'll take care of Arpit, Jay Saraki, and Jesse Rivera tomorrow. Abby. I think the best option is going to be... Let's just do a random number between 1 and 2 to pick notable fan ecosystem professional. Eco Pro is 1, notable fan is 2. And we're doing a notable fan, okay. Okay, I do like these conditions. We'll do these conditions. Not the picture though, I'm not gonna even bother saving that one. Okay, we're gonna make her a little younger. Make her a 42-year-old. This is notable fan, this is notable fan, okay. A tier is frequent attendance, but not all the time. Lawful arrogance. Tinkerbell, the know-it-all. I bet you Abby does know a lot about basketball. So they grew up in the New York somewhere, in Staten Island maybe. I say you're 42 years old. A 42-year-old nursing teacher. Random name time. Angel names. Nah. Italian name generator. Is she Italian? Let's make it Italian, sure. Dorothy Esmeralda Del Bene. Yeah, we'll make her from the old country, yeah. Okay, should she be like an Italian Croatian? Okay, Livorno. Why do English speakers call it Leghorn? It's kind of... Okay, and through 42, the 1897, and I'm not gonna bother doing a random thing. We'll just go September 24th, 1897. Livorno, Italy. How did they end up in Boston? Da da da. Quick and easy. Oh, there against is already there. Okay, great. 42. A tier. Patty, Florida. Need to get a fan character here. Okay, she is A tier. Very first Tinkerbell plastic fan we've had. Ooh. Interesting. I didn't put software registered. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Chris, what are you an Eco Pro? No, no, definitely a notable fan. I'm peeking, y'all. I might have to. Let's get Del Band done. Okay, I will figure that stuff out later. I'm really fading fast. Like my brain is. It wasn't. It was already like. I was already pretty tired when I started the stream. Let's just get this done, and then I will end the stream. Thank y'all for whoever. I've had 4 viewers, so thank y'all for popping in. She's 42-year-old. Tinkerbell plastic fan, huh? Thinks they know everything and they're kind of fake as a person, and they're a nursing teacher. Ooh. Dolores Dollar. Oh, I think I missed that part. No, I didn't. Okay. And she's lawful arrogance. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. promise I used her already. Ooh. Doing the wrong thing. So you know my brain ain't working. What the hell's this lady's name? Dorothea Esmeralda Delbeni. Three, 184, 182, 185, 186. Okay, she's 186. And she's 187. Oof. Okay. I don't know how you streamers do it. Just like talking non-stop. That does a nursing teacher like teach women how to nurse babies, or what do they? I don't quite understand that. If she's 42, then I don't know. I didn't do the math yet, huh? Oh, I did do that, yeah. 1890. Okay, so basketball existed. Whether it was played in Italy at the time is questionable, but that closer thing? Dang it. Tinkerbell, plastic, lawful arrogance. Yeah, I did all that. Okay, great. Let's get her bio in, then we'll do the details, and I'm done. already did though. It's getting late. Dorothea Smeralda del Bene, born amidst the vibrant charm of Livorno, was destined for a life colored by passion and unwavering dedication. Raised in a household that echoed the laughter of her three mischievous brothers. No, they didn't make the playoffs, but she wouldn't know that. Let's do that. You got squirrels in Italy? What is her fashion sense? Okay. Fear of sand. I don't know. Pop culture interests. Jazzy game night anthems? Nah. Let's go with Italian folk music. There we go. Yeah, looks good. That's fine. It's awful. Yep. This one went particularly slow. It's midnight, so I gotta wrap this up. Let's get the photo in, and then I'm done. Dorothea Esmeralda del Bene. Okay, Abby, there's your character. Tinkerbell, Plastic, Waffle, Arrogance. Good bio. I haven't linked the bio yet. And, yeah. Alright, y'all. I gotta end this stream. I gotta lay down. Good night. Thank you for hanging out.